Mic check 1 2 1 2. Seems like we live, so let's start it off right.
We are the creators of the Stu Beat Showcase, and we bring to you
the Beat Club podcast,
where producers are
the best place to hear new beat makers from around the globe.
Here we keep it real about the music.
Keep these beats, but we cut it simple and plain. With the help of our special guests and listeners worldwide.
If you wish to join our Beat Club Podcast community, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Beat Club Podcast.
And join our private producer group on Facebook by searching
the Stu Beat Club.
You. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's popping, everybody? How's everybody doing today? It's your boy D Loops, aka Do It All Loops, here with my boys.
Artificial AV was good.
Motivate Marin. What up?
What's popping, people? We're the creators of the Stu Beat Showcase, and we bring to you the Beat Club podcast where producers are heard, man. We got a special guest in the room today, man. Can we clap it up one time, man? We got Termanology in the room right now. Can we clap it up?
The Terminator. Tom Brady.
What's going on, family? How you doing today?
Everything good, man. I can't complain, on the grind as usual.
Yeah, where you located at right now?
Right now, I'm in the 978 area code.
Hey. Dope, family. Well, thank you, man. Everybody got the tequila. What we drinking today? What's the drink of choice today?
Yeah, it's always Don Julio for me, but I'm drinking some red wine though to start it off to set the tone.
You're fucking fancy, bro.
Yeah, today I am.
You're real fucking fancy. I love it, man. Well, man,
that's what I'm doing right here. I'm doing Siempre tequila.
Yeah, that bottle is fire. I like that artwork. Nah, I never seen that before.
Yeah, that shit.
I'm gonna text you a link. This is really good.
Okay.
Same price as Patron, but I feel like it's a little smoother.
Yeah, I'm a tequila connoisseur, man. That's my thing. So
you like that.
All right.
Of course, we powered by Monster Energy. Of course.
Nice. Yeah, you got to put us on to that sponsorship opportunity.
We need that, man. So shout out to everybody, dude, that is watching right now on YouTube and Facebook Live. This is our second time doing this as far as on both platforms. So thank you guys for just tuning in. For everybody that wants to know what the Beat Club podcast is all about, man, we take beats in from all around the world. Producers, that means if you got heat, you can send in heat. We actually might get a chance to play it today and review your beat right now with all of us, plus the community, plus Term, and give you some real good feedback. So I really do ask, leave the trash at home. Send us fire only. No fuckboy beats, no baby soft shit. I need straight fire coming through. I like to compliment this tequila wave. So shout out to RC. I see you, bro. D Sharp was popping. I see everybody online. What's going on with you guys? Make sure you send in heat, man. The link, I'm gonna post the link up so you guys can actually see what it is and upload at this very moment. So I'm gonna throw that up there. Boom, boom, boom. But yeah, man. Motivate Marin. I know I go around the room and I check in on people, man. But how are you doing today, bro?
I'm well, man. I'm blessed, man. I'm chilling. I feel like rejuvenated, man. Like I kicked it with my family yesterday because I've been trying to be safe about like not going around my parents and shit too heavy. But the past 2 weekends, I'm like, fuck it, man. I'm gonna go over there and spend some quality time with my parents. So I feel good, man. I was over there watching that Beanie and Bounty in my parents' living room and just vibing. And I was drinking rum last night. I was on that rum. I was on that Flor de Caña. You know what I'm saying? That Honduran rum. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That was lit last night, bro.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That was probably the best.
I watched all of them, but that one was special because it was almost like more of a performance and shit.
Yeah. That was the best one, hands down. And I feel like everybody agrees on that.
Sound quality was the best too.
Yeah.
That's the rock had him lit too. That's the rock. Lit, bro.
You see the little clip where the police came and he's like, "Yo, don't be that guy."
Yeah, real shit.
He's like, "Don't be that guy," and then the police left. That shit is crazy.
Yeah, because Jamaica does have a serious curfew, so they was in there trying to fuck with them, but yeah.
It was for the culture, man. That shit was awesome, man. That was a good vibe. I plugged up my joint to my car and just rocked out for like an hour, dude. So it was a good time, man. Artificial AV, dude, how you doing?
Chilling, man. Just trying to stay safe. I've been kind of slacking on my morning workouts and shit too. So I gotta get back on that shit.
Trying to get
on the load. Yeah, man. Summer's coming, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I did mine right before the show today. I made sure to do mine today. Right, I got it in right before the show, bro.
That's
Yeah,
what's
I've been
up.
slacking.
I got it
Yeah.
from the liquor store. That's as much as I got, bro. But it is. In turn, man, I know I go
Yeah.
around, man, but I want to just check in with you. How are you? How's everything going during the pandemic? Just the grind period, just during these crazy times, dude. How's everything with you?
It's all good, man. It's like the shit ain't shutting me down. You know what I mean? I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm making moves every
Mhm.
day because I don't have my own boss or nothing like that. So I'm usually making my moves on my phone and in my email. So there's like ain't shit really shut down, except for I can't do no live shows. That's kind of the only L.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
besides that, overall everything's still moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like during the
Projects
pandemic, the real help.
getting done, verses getting done, merch getting sold. You know what I mean? Websites being created and sponsorships going down. It's like everything is all good. Only whack shit is the no touring and shit.
Yeah. Yeah. And I also see I know you got your setup in the background, but I also see the Good Dad Gang hat on your head real quick, man.
Yeah.
Can you just touch on that for a second? I seen some with a Good Dad, a Great Dad logo or tattooed on his head. Yeah,
He
yeah.
had like this.
Movement.
He had it like that, like this big on his head. It's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
God
I
damn.
know you've been counting the tattoos. How many tattoos have been done with your logo and shit?
We're around 80.
Damn.
We're around
Yeah.
80 right now. That a lot of people don't have social media, so when sometimes I get them on an accident. Like somebody will be in line in a restaurant, like standing in back of somebody and see it on their neck or see it from afar and be like, "Yo, look!" and Sweden or whatever, and they'll tag me in it if I, you know what I mean. So some of them, like half of them, they kind of like weren't presented to me. I just stumbled upon them, so I really don't know how many there is, but we tracked 80 of them that they got a name and shit and a number.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you for doing that, man. Like no bullshit, man. Because there's that, especially. I mean, it's a universal theme, but for Black and Latino fathers, man, there's a whack stigma and a misconception out there, and that's false. Like
Yeah.
there's trash fathers across the board, but they be trying to make it seem like it's just us. So the
Yeah.
Good Dad Gang like logo, I mean that means a lot to me as a father, having a daughter and shit, like especially having a daughter. I feel super honored, you know what I'm saying, to have a daughter, man. So I
Yeah,
appreciate that shit, man.
nah,
That's
that's
just
real,
dope.
bro. This shit
Yeah.
is beyond anything I ever did musically. It's something different. Like I'm able to help people too. A lot of people hit me up like, "Yo, I'm no lawyer, so I can't really give legal advice, but they'll hit me up and be like, "Yo, I gotta go to court this week. You got any advice?" And I'll give them advice, and they'll be like, "Yo, I listened to your advice. That shit helped me. I would have took a L. So thank you." Just like the little shit, you know what I mean? Shit like that, and then you're able to like follow people's journey and shit through the hashtag. The hashtag has like 40,000 users or whatever. So it's like somebody will be like, "Man, I really miss my daughter. I haven't seen her in a month." Then like 6 months, 9 months. Then yo, I got my daughter back. Everything's good. They're on a bike.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So shit like
Mhm.
that is like it's crazy, bro. It's real. You know what I mean? It's some real things going on, and there's still a lot of parental alienation as well.
Yeah.
So
How do you balance that though, man? Because you're a busy dude, man. You do a lot of shit, but I see how involved everybody can see how involved you are with your daughters, man. You have 2 daughters, correct?
yeah, too, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like you could just see the affection and the love they have for you and how close, and you, as much as you run around, you still make time to be there for the important shit. How the fuck do you do that? That's like there's no excuses out there, because some people make excuses. How do you do that shit?
Legend shit.
It's all good, man. It's like, I don't know, man. You gotta pencil that in, bro. That has to be part of your life. You have to say like, nah, no matter what it is, today I'm gonna stay home and you know what I mean, like and chill with these kids, bro. Like now it's more fun than ever because it's like they're not even going to school. So now it's like all day, every day. All right, see you later. Be back. See you later. Whereas before I'm like, yo, I'm going to New York. I'll see you in 5 days. I'm going on tour. I'll see you in 30 days. I'm going on tour. I'll see you in 21 days. Or I got 3 shows this weekend. I got a flight to Miami. I'm going to Hawaii. Like all that shit is quiet right now. So I'm spending more time with the kids than I ever did. It's pretty cool.
Dope.
That's
Dope.
dope.
But when they go to bed, it's work time. Then I hit the lab at 8 p.m. and I work till 4 a.m. So no matter what, we still getting 8 hours in no matter where they at,
Mm.
How often are you recording? You record like that every day?
I record every day that I can. Like every day I have an engineer available. I record. So like usually like 3 times a week. Or like if I can't, I'll have a producer come over here, like Short Fuse or Melks or L5, producers from around my way that they're good with the machine. I have them come through, help me with the machine, or if not, we collab on beats and shit. So I try to do something every day, at least a feature or like a project, or get somebody on my project or place a beat. I try to make at least 1 move a day, if not 5.
Important.
No,
it's important.
Absolutely. Well, shit. I mean, I know we got to touch base with more, with Term and such, but we do got to get into some of these beats as well.
Yes.
And on top of that, I do want to plug in later on that, Term got a beat project out. I was just listening. Yeah, you got a beat project out that I think you need to check out, family.
Yeah, Term got some heavy placements out there too, man.
Yeah, got some joints, man. Erica Badu, Locks, couple things.
How did that happen? How did you land the Erica Badu joint?
I gave the beat to Sheik Luch. Sheik Luch gave it to Ghostface. They put Jizza and Master Killer on it, and then they sent it to Erica, and Erica loved it, so she sent it right back. And then that's so. And then I hit on Twitter. I said, "Yo, I did that beat." And she said, "That's a beautiful beat, love." And then she followed me. I was hype, we came up watching Erica on TV. That was a vibe, you know what I'm saying? Everybody knows the effect she got on the man. So that was like,
hell yeah. Erica made me not line up my beard this weekend. She was like, I like the beards rough and shit like that. So I left my shit this weekend. I was like, word, I'm beautiful. Yeah.
That's what's fun, man. Whenever, like, sometimes people, when you're in a room with other producers, they'll be like, "Oh, but you don't got a this or you don't got a that," and I'll be like, "Yeah, but I got one for Erica Badu." And then they be like, "Oh, everybody got that one that you can kind of stun on people with."
This fire, dude. Yeah, we got to get more into that, man. I know we're gonna get into these beats right about now. I kind of explained everything to Term earlier, so he should be ready. He knows that we're completely raw with this platform and hold nothing back. So let's just get into it. Let's go.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
All right, y'all. So check it out. What we do each and every Sunday here on the Beat Club Podcast. We have a place called the beatclubpodcast.com where producers can go and upload as many fire beats as possible. But for this particular show, we're taking live submissions. So there is a link, man. I believe it's located right there at the bottom of our screen. It is bit.ly/BCP upload. You can go there and upload your MP3s. I only ask that you have your location and your IG or Twitter handle in the file name so we can shout you out the right way. If you don't do that, you might get skipped. I'm just going to keep it a buck. You might get skipped. So for the people that do follow directions, you might get played today. And we're just going to talk amongst ourselves as with the people in the community and just kind of decide if the beat's trash or not, say if we're going to keep it or cut it and keep it moving. So Artificial AV, man, I know we have a folder. Folder 1 is ready. I want to know who's the first person on our chopping block for today.
Wait, he muted?
I don't know either that. It was just like a long dramatic pause. I
was muted. First up, we got 16-bit spit with Knight Rider.
Okay.
So it okay, 16. Let me see what's good. We're gonna take a listen right now to Beat Club Podcast. Keep it, cut it. Let's get it. Let's go.
16-bit spit.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club. The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
All right, B Club, let's talk about this one real quick. See how we feel about it. Go around the room and see what's good. I'm gonna start with Motivate Marin, man. How'd you feel about that beat, bro?
I thought it was cool, man. I was actually expecting something a little bit harder from 16-bit, man. That's my guy, man, and we know the level of shit that he comes with. So I thought it was cool. I thought it was a dope foundation. I thought it was a good place to start. But I was waiting, even if it was gonna stay right there with that 4-bar loop, it just needed some more, sauce, some extra little sprinkles, some vocal samples, some one shots, and something just to make it more exciting, which he's good for. But I didn't hear that on this one. So I'm not gonna pull out the safety yet. I'm gonna cut this one. And just because of who it is, man. He set the bar high for himself. You know what I'm saying? So just because of who it is, I ain't gonna be light on 16-bit.
All right. Anybody here? I mean, Artificial Wavy, man, you keeping this beat or you cutting this beat?
I think it's too early to safe keep it. So I pretty much agree with Marin. I feel like even it was missing a switch or something. So I'm a cut it.
All right. Turn, man. You keeping it? You cutting it, bro?
I'm gonna keep it, man.
You keep it? It works for you?
Because with me, right? I'm a loop guy. I like loops. So like the whole time I'm hearing it, I'm just thinking of the nastiest rhymes ever. So I'm looking at it like that. Like I'm over here writing the rhyme in my head and shit. So even though maybe the beat is not blowing y'all away, it spoke to me. So I fuck with it for that reason.
All right. So we got 2 cuts, 1 keep it. I'm gonna say, based off the bar for 16-bit, this is definitely I feel like this is not passing the bar. It's okay. It's cool. I like to look like little bop at the towards the end or whatever. But for the most part, I'm kind of on the fence with it. I feel like I'm on the fence. I'm just gonna have to cut it, man. So I'm gonna cut it. People are saying online switch ups. Can they hear some bars on that? I was waiting for the switch up, but the beat was dope. They're on the fence like me too. I'm gonna say I'm gonna cut it. So that's 3 cut it's, 1 keep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it sounds like we sending Term to Term Island. Population. Make sure I drop this right. 16-bit, man.
Cut it.
One more time.
Cut it.
Just so they know.
Damn, y'all got a drop. That's cold.
Who we got next, bro? Who we got next? I need some fire.
This is definitely a newbie. I don't even know how to say this name. Is it?
You can try. Jeez.
Pepel?
Yup.
Or something. Yeah, I don't even know. But it's called Pandemic. And they all the way from California, it looks like.
All right, cool. Let's take a listen right now to B Club Podcast. Keep it, cut it. Let's get it. Let's go.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
All right, B Club. We're gonna talk about this one. Just gonna go around the room. I'm gonna let you know off bat. This one kind of rocked me to sleep, but I'm gonna talk to my people right now and see what's up. Gemini's, man, are we keeping a cut in this beat? People saying longest intro ever.
It feels like a unanimous cut it, man. I don't really have much feedback other than I don't know. I would start over. Like there was some decent elements in there here and there, like with the music composition, but I don't know. I would just start over.
Anybody in this room keeping this beat? Term, you keeping this beat?
It's not for me.
So can we get a cut?
Yeah, we gotta cut this one.
All right. All right, AV, man, you ain't keeping this beat, right?
Nah.
No, for the record, I don't hate the beat. It's just not for me.
Yeah, same. I feel like there's a
boring,
lane for this.
Yeah, it all translates to a. We'll just turn it up a little louder so you can hear it.
It's a cool vibe.
Yeah, it is. It's just. I need something to go with my tequila, bro. I need something to, to fit that mood, fit that vibe, man. Let's get one more in there. Let's see if we can find something to fit that vibe. I need some heat. Need some fire.
Where's the heat at, man?
Yeah, we need heat.
We might have some heat right here. Next up, we got the homie Ali Dodge, and this is called. Hold on, I can't even see the title. This is called Amp Coffee, I guess.
I'm going with you on that one.
Yeah, that's Amp Rehearsal Studio. That they got the coffee. Yeah. That's the coffee shop they got in there.
All right, cool. Let's take a listen right now to Beat Club Podcast. Keep it, cut it. Let's get it. Let's go.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
All right, brodies. Let's talk that talk, see what's good, man. Go around the room and see what's popping. Artificial AV, man, are you keeping a cut in this beat?
It's automatic keep, bro.
Damn. All right, cool. Motivate man. You keeping a cut in this beat?
That's a keep it, man. That was a good vibe. I'm about to go pour up a shot of this tequila right now. I gotta go get it out the freezer.
Let's go. People saying dope beat, very chill. Can see this on a beat tape or with an MC. Dope vibes. They're fucking with it. Term. What's the word on this beat, bro? Keep it or cut it.
Yeah, that's the best one so far. It had the most identity. It sounded like it had its own swing. Like that producer has their own swing. They know how to make a sample like move like that. Mm-hmm. So that shit hit me with an authentic vibe. I'm like, yeah, this dude, he knows how to put together beats right here.
Got you. All right, cool. Then it sounds like it's going to be a keep it.
Yeah, we keep this one.
Finally, man, can we take a drink to that, please? Can we just take a drink to that?
Shit, I've been drinking already.
Salute to you guys. Boom. Baron, you a real drinker. You drink your shit out of a mug, right?
Well, that was just the rest of the tea. That was some tea, man. I gotta go get my liquor.
Oh, you've been drinking tea this whole time?
Well, I was drinking wine at first. Then I had some tea sitting there. So
you gotta try this one. The brown bottle is crazy.
What's that? Añejo? What's that like? Añejo? Yeah.
The clear one is smoother, but this shit right here, it's a vibe too.
Got the work, man. He hitting us with all the tequila joints. We about to change it up once we go back into the office, bro.
Yeah.
Send y'all bottle.
Yo, so Term, I just want to make sure I counted this right. How many albums do you have total? Is it 40? Did you have 40 projects?
It's 39 projects. I think it's 27 albums and 12 mixtapes.
God damn.
but it's all original content. So I mean, just like 40 albums.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. I mean, with that many releases, can you just kind of touch on the importance of consistency and catalog?
Yeah, for sure. That's something that I just like. I've been building since a kid. I started rapping in like when I was 9, and then I started doing demos and putting shit out since like a teenage years. So like even back then, I always knew I wanted to have at least like one album a year.
Mm.
And it's like then it turned into two, and then maybe 2 albums a year. The mixtape. There was a whole wave of time where like you could put out a few mixtapes a year just to keep yourself hot. So like during that time, we were going crazy. All the artists who could really rap and who had a good work ethic were like knocking out mad tapes. So nowadays, them shits count because everybody's doing 7-song albums now.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, I mean, really, I ain't gonna say it was hard. It wasn't hard. I was just doing what I was supposed to be doing.
Yeah. And then
But yeah, man, I mean, it's important because I own all that shit. There's maybe like 2 of them I don't own because they were bigger deals. That's the way the contract went. But overall, like ST Records is my company. Show Off Records is Static Selector's company. Collectively we own like 100 albums. You know what I'm saying? Between me and him, we own so much shit. It's like we just stay in the lab every night, just banging them out.
Yeah, I mean there's really no excuse. You know what I'm saying? Like there's really no excuse, man. There's really no excuse. And yeah, like I remember because my cousin had like a little kiosk set up in one of the jewelry exchange, one of the spots downtown. And I remember we used to see you down there. We used to do like the dog tags. We used to do the custom dog tags and do the press print t-shirts. And we would see you down there, dog, and you would be down there just like downtown crossing, the dude from Lawrence, downtown crossing, just getting off your music, just promoting yourself as an artist. And I was like, who the fuck is this dude? And and then after that, just seeing you more like in the show circuit, man. And then even Static too, like my Junior Rodigan is my man, and he had the record shop Vibes in right in Mattapan, like right across from the police station. And Static used to sell his mixtapes out of there. So Static would come like every week, you know what I'm saying? Like, doing the consignment thing, like, you know what I'm saying? Like collecting his bread and whatever. So I mean, I've seen you guys from the very early beginnings and how serious you took the shit, and to see the consistency in what you guys are y'all are just like doing the same shit. Like it's not really like anything new. Y'all are just banging out music. You know what I'm saying?
That's the fun part of this era.
Yeah.
This era where there's no pressure. Like you could just be like, yo, I'm gonna drop an album every month, yo, on the first of the month, and everybody's like, all right, I don't even gotta go nowhere. I just pick up my phone and stream it for free, or for like 1 penny to hear your whole album, or a 15th of a penny like to hear your song. It's just like it's mad easy now, bro. You don't even gotta leave your crib. I could go right there to the mic, spit 7 verses, put it on TuneCore, and that shit'll be out. Like, come on, son. That shit, you don't got no excuses no more. Like, just rap, bro. Make your beats, just rap, just put it out. Like, stop holding shit, stop putting so much pressure on yourself. Just let the world hear the shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So back when what year was it like official that you say like you was officially Termanology, and you was when you was really putting out shit? What year was that?
The first vinyl we had in Tower Records was 2001.
Okay.
That was me and Easy Money. We was terming Edit Street.
Yep.
And G Valentino Ball worked at the Tower Records in the Bean. So we used to go to the Bean. They had the little shit where you can hear it on the thing, on the headphones. You can single. We used to just go there and bombard it, like not force people to buy it, but just be there, and they'd be like, "Oh, that's you!" Like it was such a big deal to have a CD in the store back then, and to have vinyl. So we'd be like posted up, giving away stickers, taking flicks, whatever, signing them shits just to move them, because that was that era that you could do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But 01, yeah, that was the first. Like rapping since the 90s and shit in the basement, and like battling in Lawrence and like Boston and around the way, but like putting out music 2001. So 19 years. Damn.
But so that it almost seems like there was no like plan B for you, man? Like, what was this always like what you knew what that you were gonna do? Like, you always knew you
Yeah.
wanted to do this, and this is what you was gonna do. Like, what other like interests or things were you good at that you possibly could have been doing if you was not doing this shit?
Nah, bro. There was nothing else.
Mm.
There was nothing. There's
Okay.
other shit that took away my attention at times, but it never crossed my mind to do that for a profession. I always knew I wanted to be an MC since I was a little kid.
What
Okay.
inspired you to be an MC? I mean, what was it? Did you see other MCs? Was it the music that you was listening to? Like, what made you decide, I'm gonna pick up a mic and say fuck everything else?
I used to listen to like The Chronic, like Dr. Dre, The Chronic, Snoop, Doggy Style, Ice Cube, Cypress Hill, fucking all that shit. You know what I mean? All that flash gangster shit. And I was growing up in Lawrence in the '90s, so the shit they were rapping about, I was seeing it and I was feeling it, and it was just coming out of me. Like I used to write raps when I was a little kid and shit about my life.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of crazy because when I was 14, I used to wait outside the barbershop to meet Crumb because Crumb was from Lawrence. At the time, he used to drive around. Sometimes we would see him. So we'd be reading the Source magazine, see Crumb in the Source and be like, yo, maybe if we get cool with Crumb, we could, you know what I mean, finesse our way in the game. But we was just kids. We was only 14 and shit. So like, since then I've been having tapes, like trying to get on. Like if I lived in New York, I might have been able to give it to a record label, but I didn't know anybody. I live in Lawrence. It wasn't nothing popping there. So that's just kind of been like the journey. It's just been since then, since 23 years ago, just making music and putting it out and trying to get it to people.
So how exactly did you connect with Static?
I met Static in a party when we were teenagers. We were like 16. And then Static used to throw parties in New Hampshire. So we used to drive from Lawrence to New Hampshire and then go to his parties. But then also he would DJ parties in Lawrence. So then he would come to our hood. So we would come meet up. You know what I'm saying? We're just kids just going to different parties all around and shit. So, but Static, yeah, he was around, man. He was doing like every night of the week he was DJing. Like he was getting it popping. He didn't care where it was at. He would go DJ. And I had the same vibe with the rhyming and shit. I had the same hunger. So eventually, like once he moved to the Bean, like he kind of felt like he was hitting the ceiling out there. So he had to move to New York. When he moved to New York, I went out there to visit him and he's like, yo, if you want to pop off, you got to come out here. This is where it's at. So then I followed lead. And after that, I moved to the same building that he had moved. I live on the 5th floor. He lived on the 1st. And that's when we moved to New York and shit just got even more turned up. You know what I mean? And we just kept the foot on the gas ever since.
So a question, in your opinion, what does it take to become like a recording artist that wants to be bigger than their hometown? Does it take them moving, like in your opinion?
Yeah, not necessarily, but the way I did it was moving around. You got to talk to people. People got to feel you and see you and be like, you could do the mystique. If you have enough money that you don't have to go meet people and shit, you could just kind of like buy your way into the game. That's a way. Or you could do the groundwork, which is like going to the events, meeting people, creating real relationships and seeing where they could go. But I like that vibe better, But you could go both ways. I mean, if you got a lot of money to invest in yourself and you got good music, then you could just push it on the internet and blow up. Or, if you're the type of person that likes to move around, go move around, man. Go to different places. Go to Miami, Atlanta, LA, wherever, you know what I'm saying? Wherever it's popping at. Go pop up and show them who you are so you can make that wave.
Do you feel, being from Boston, do you feel like Boston has a ceiling? Like an actual ceiling? Or do you feel like that?
You used to have one more in my era. I think now we're like Bia and Cousin Stiz and Joyner and like, these other artists that have been able to like break down the door on some next level shit. Like, yo, it's crazy, bro. Like in our era, it wasn't like that. It was like the only way to get on was to like go to another place and get on. It wasn't like everybody could just wake up in the morning and you're all over their phone and they accepted it. It wasn't like that. Like now, artists in Boston, they really have like a opportunity like never before. You know what I'm saying? If you make dope shit and you put up some money and like promote it properly, I think you could blow up like big right now, just like any other market.
Yeah. The internet definitely made the world small. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But ultimately too, my opinion has always been is like regardless of what, people kind of had the wrong view because everything is in Boston. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we're a hub. You know what I'm saying? We got the greatest minds. We got the greatest technology. You got MIT, you got Harvard, you got all these transplant people. I mean, how you bubbled, you know, the shows at the Middle East, how you made your bones in Boston, like because of that central location, you know, everybody coming there and the word spreads from there as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's definitely your view, but then yeah, the timing as well. The timing, the internet, you know, makes the world much smaller.
I
Yeah.
think New York is the best place to be if you want to make it in the industry. I think New York is. I would tell anybody move to New York at least for a year or two. Go out there, meet the right people, meet the DJs, the program directors, the promoters, the rappers, the producers, whoever. Like go, because you know if you're not making noise in New York, I mean, there's a whole section of the industry that runs the industry that you're not going to be relevant to.
Mm-hmm.
You might be popping in your hometown. You might be moving units, selling out shows. But if your name gets brought up in New York in them circles and you're not, and nobody knows who you are at all, or you know you're not popping at all, it's like you're not popping still. You know.
Yeah.
I would suggest going out there.
Nah, but talk about that more though, because there's a duality to that, right? Because you and Static are very much independent, but at the same time, you're respected and known by people within the industry and within, you know, the infrastructure of the industry, but y'all still move outside of that. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all are anti that in a lot of ways, but the people in the industry fuck with you guys. You know what I'm saying? So there's a duality there, right? Like it's not necessarily, y'all ain't trying to necessarily sign a deal and, you know, be in these buildings unless it's a partnership or something that's going to benefit y'all in a certain way, right?
Yeah, man, it's like this, bro. Like you could get cool with a bunch of people that do a job that has nothing to do with you, right? So if I'm talking to you, yo, you work construction, talking to him, he works at a record shop, I'm talking to him, you know, that's your job. That got nothing to do with me. So if you work at a record label and you can't do nothing for me, I'm not going to be your enemy. You could still be my friend. Yeah. You don't have to do nothing for me. I don't have to do nothing for you, but you have a mutual respect for me because you know what I do, you know, and I know what you do. So I respect you. So that's kind of how it works for independent artists or like boom bap artists or any artist that's not popping. You could be cool with all the labels and all the DJs. You don't have to expect them to do nothing for you. And then that would be a better way to keep the relationship because now you're just really being friends. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's when you start feeling like everybody owes you shit that them same doors start closing in your face because it's like, nah, I don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, nobody owes nobody nothing, you know?
Real shit.
Like, all right, I'll do something for you, do something for me. And if you can't, all right, we still cool. You know what I mean?
That's it. So what we're gonna do real quick, we're gonna jump back into some beats. Hopefully there's fire beats that are now in the folder. And then we're gonna see what's good. So Artificial AV, man, please let me know who we got next on the chopping block, bro. I need fire. I'm halfway through my cup of tequila. And I need fire.
All right. Next up we got Salvage Square with Killer Horns, and they from Texas.
Where is that? Salvage Square.
Number 4, first folder.
Oh, yeah. It pulls up different. I got you. All right, cool. Let's take a listen right now on the Beat Club podcast. Keep it, cut it. Let's get it. Let's go.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
All right, B Club family, let's talk about this one real quick. Is anybody here in this room cutting this beat? Geminis, you guys cutting this beat?
I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm on the fence about it. It's cool. It's cool. I mean, I guess I'm just gonna cut it, man.
That sounds about right.
Because I'm on the fence. It was cool. I thought the sample was decent. But I don't know. I heard some different shit in there. I would have chopped it different myself personally. But yeah, I'm just gonna cut it, man. It wasn't for me.
All right. Well, we got homies saying feel like hula dancing to this. Drunken superstar sound. Love it. Soul. They liked it. Artificial wavy man. What's the word?
I'm on the fence, man. I think it's still too early to use my safe keep it. This shit was cool though. There was something I did like about it, but
you're looking like you're about to break up with a girl, honestly.
You're like, I'm gonna cut it, man. I'm
just saying.
I'm gonna cut it, man.
It's not you, it's me. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Term, man, what's the word, man? How you feel about
this? I'm gonna cut it. It's not a bad beat. It just didn't speak to me.
I mean, if it didn't speak, it didn't speak. So it sounds like it's gonna be a. We'll throw it out there, man. Keep on submitting, man. I need fire, bro. Can we just go into the next beat? I need fire. Who we got next? If you see a name that's not fire, let's just skip them. Let's go to fire.
Damn, that's fucked up. Let me see. Next up, we got Big Mooch, and I think this is called Beats.
Is that a newbie? I never heard that name before. Where they from?
So.
Where they from?
They from the city. They from Boston, man.
They from Boston. Big Mooch.
Yeah. Yeah. I never heard that name.
All right, man.
The B Club podcast. Keep it cut it. Let's get it. Let's go. Boom.
The Beat Club.
All right, Beat Club, let's talk about this one, see how we feel. I'm going to start off with Term first, man. Term, what's the word with this?
That shit is fire.
That's he's throwing it out
there? Fire, keep it.
Yeah, that sound like they knew Term was going to be on the show, man.
82 Term at Gmail. Send that right now.
Shit. We get 5% of that placement, fam.
Yeah. Work, man. Is anybody cutting this beat? Everybody's keeping this beat for the most part?
Yeah, that's a unanimous keep. Yeah, that's a unanimous. Keep sending that type of shit. Big Mooch, I never heard your name before, but keep sending shit, brother. Salute.
That shit fire.
That was fire, bro. See, that's what I'm talking about. You know what? Marin, usually we wait for every 3 keepers to drink. I gotta just drink every keeper we got now.
Yeah, man, I'm drinking. Yeah, I'm trying to catch up to y'all, so I'm drinking. Salute.
I'm gonna do a little Di Serono, keep it light on this Sunday afternoon.
Okay.
We got this shit.
Drink Champs, baby. Episode 50 with the locks. Make sure you watch that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I watched that episode. Term was lit.
Me too. Yeah, he was litty. He was litty.
Ooh, that's a classic one.
Term. I was like, rah.
That's a classic episode for real, man. You was part of something legendary.
Yo, you gotta go get lit. You gotta go get lit, man. Shit. Let's.
You can't go to Drink Champs and not get lit.
Yeah.
Don't make sense.
I just know if I'm ever blessed with the opportunity to be on Drink Champs, I'm just drinking. I'm not smoking and drinking. I'm not them niggas are smoke champs and drink champs. I'm doing one or the other.
Ouch. Who we got next, bro? Let's get more flavor. Let's keep this momentum going and finish up the folder, man. Who we got next?
Next up, we got Epic Taxis with Empire Sample.
Okay.
Right, cool. Let's take a listen right now to B Club Podcast. Keep it, cut it. Let's get it. Let's go. Hey, yo, Marin, can I do it?
Yeah, I threw the paper cut out there, man. We gonna throw the paper cut out there. We throw the flag on the play. Yeah. It was yeah.
Yeah, we just gonna go to the next
How's
one.
that an option? It's not an option.
Yeah. We just gotta move on.
This is not an option. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one.
Damn.
Oh,
All right, cool. Next up, we got Mr. Wilson with Mastermind.
All right, we're gonna take a listen right now to B Club Podcast. Keep it, cut it. Let's get it. Let's go.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
All right, I gotta talk to my brother and see how we feel about this, man. Go around the room real quick. Artificial AV, man, keeping the cut in this beat. What's the word?
Sound like unanimous to me, man.
That's a
Everybody
unanimous
bopping their
keep it.
heads.
So you think so?
Yeah.
Yo, everybody was bopping.
I'm actually pretty sure that beat was played like I think in a battle, like in when we battled. I know I feel like I heard it, but the beat was so dope. I'll listen to it again. You know what I'm saying? So I'm keeping it.
All right, Term, man, you keeping this beat? You cutting this beat?
Yeah, I like it. I'd like to mix it. If I was gonna rap on it, I'd like to have the track out and make sure everything's leveled off. But the beat is a go though.
Beats to go. All right,
Yeah.
sounds like everybody's keeping it. People are saying, nah, they're saying this one's flame. So, all right, sounds like we're gonna throw it out there, man. Sounds like a keep it. Good shit. Did we finish that folder, bro?
Yeah. We in folder 2 now.
Good stuff. Let's get one more from folder 2, and then we got to chop it up with Term, man. I think we're on fire right now.
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
keep the streak going.
Get one more in there. Let's see what's good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's go with Zay Skills.
Oh, yes, my guy.
And I think this is called Lord.
Shout out Zay Skill. Shout out Tita. I heard Thurston Howell's on the check-in too, man. I saw that. So peace to Thurston Howell the third. Yeah, man. All the low lives, man. Hell yeah.
OG.
Let's take a listen to it right now on the B Club Podcast. Keep it, cut it. Let's get it. Let's go.
We are different people, different races, different aspirations, different faces. We are different
The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
You are what I needed in a man. Ooh.
All right, I gotta talk to my B Club family, and I gotta make sure I get this.
Yeah.
How old is Zay Skills again?
Zay Skills is 16 years old.
He's 16. That's. I don't know if he's on the chat right now. That's fucking disgusting. I'm
Yeah,
keeping.
his pop says, shout out to Tito, man. My guy. Yeah.
Artificial 80, man. You keeping this beat?
Hell yeah. Look, yo, the youngin is nice, bro.
Yeah. He's cut from that cloth, man. He makes that shit. Yeah, it was definitely like super like over compressed. Like Skyline just posted it was super loud. I agree. It was definitely over compressed and loud, but we know what that is. Like that's just minor tweaking on the mix. We know exactly what that is. So that was fire, man. I'm gonna keep that.
All right, cool. Term, man. How you feeling? Keep it or cut it.
We keeping that, man. If he sound like that at 16, man, woo.
Yeah, exactly.
He's about to be a problem.
So I guess we could just throw it out there.
Yeah,
he's keeping that.
Good shit. I feel good now, fellas. We got a lot of keep it's. The link is still up for producers that still want to upload, man. The link is at the bottom scrolling right now. I think it's bit.ly/BCP upload. You can upload your MP3s right now. No waves, please. And make sure that it's fire. We had a couple of shitty beats. I mean, I don't mean to call yourself. The beats that got cut, they weren't shitty. They just weren't keep it's. That's all.
A couple of them were shitty, man. A couple of them were shitty.
Alicia Keys one put me out, bro. I wasn't mad at none of the other ones. That Alicia Keys was just another level of disrespect.
Yeah, they disrespected the Jay-Z Alicia Keys shit. Yeah, we can't do that, man.
Come on, bro.
Real quick, man, because I actually checked something out on terms of IG real quick. I want to ask him about this because people go through phases in life, and I want to ask him about this phase. He said, you got a post, man, that went up. It said 15 years ago, do-rag Term was a wild boy. I was still in the streets heavy at this point. My crib got shot up. I was hustling still. I had mad beef, and I was trying to do something for my hood no rapper's ever done. My rap career has not had not popped off. Little did I know, DJ Premier, watch how it go down joint. I was about to drop would change my life. Me and my brother Static Selector believed in each other, and look how far we've come. I'm proud of us. We got it out the mud. I got a question, man. At what point did you know things were about to change? Was it at that one point, like when you heard the song, when you did the song, when you wrote the lyrics? Like when did you know this shit's about to turn all the way up?
Yeah, we think alike, because I was just about to ask him about that song.
I mean, people ask me about the song all the time, but like since you read the caption of the picture of like who I was 15 years ago and what I was going through, like the emotion of what went into the song and what was the surroundings, it's easy to take it back, take me back to that time and give you a real answer. Because I get the question every day and you just be like, oh yeah, Primo gave me the beat, I killed it. That's kind of like what it comes to after a while. But yeah, man, it was all that. It was like, yo, as soon as I got that beat, I just felt like it was like I had a weird feeling, but a good feeling. I was like, this might be like something that's really gonna change your life. Like I believed in it that much, that I felt as if like that song in that moment would change my life, and it did absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, to me that's hands down. Like that's the one. Like if you want to introduce somebody to Termanology, watch how it go down. I mean, it's dog. That's your like you spit every time, but goddamn, like whatever planet you was on when you wrote that shit and in that booth that day, goddamn, bro, that's legendary, man.
Yeah, man, I'm blessed to have that shit. That shit changed my life, Not everybody gotta watch how it go down, bro. I'm lucky, or blessed, I would say, because I wrote it myself. I can't say lucky, but I'm blessed to have like been able to be on that platform at that exact moment, like get that beat at that time in my life. I wouldn't even do that to that beat now. You know what I mean? Even though I think I'm as good as I ever been. If not, I'm at my best right now. But I'm not going through that pain I was going through.
Exactly.
Moment, you know what I mean? So that shit was what it was at that time. So yeah, just blessed to have that shit.
I mean, just in general, man. Like how what was the approach like in terms of like you've been able? It seems like the way I view it as a fan of yours, it's like I look at you as somebody that like has like this like bucket list of like the legendary producers and artists that you want to work with, and you're just like checking them off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's like every couple years, it's like you're checking them off. It's like, damn, this nigga got a song with Coogee Rap, or like, damn, he got a Buck Wild beat, he got a Knots beat, he got you know what I'm saying? He got a Mad Primo beats. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like that, like what's the approach? Is it a calculated approach? Is it like, do you like get yourself to a level where you be like, okay, I'm ready to go in with Coogee Rap right now? You know what I'm saying?
It has to be chess.
yeah. It's a little bit of both. Like sometimes the shit falls in my lap, and then other times it's years and years of hard work just falling into place.
Mm-hmm.
The G-Rap shit, they called me like, yo, G-Rap wants you on the shit. I'm like, all right. So I did the hook and the verse. And then I sent it back, not even knowing if they were going to like it. Then they ended up using the hook and the verse. Then we did the video. So that one just fell. With the Buster, when I had Buster on to Play Dirty, that was like, I knew I wanted Buster off the rip. And then like I asked Little Fame because he was cool with Buster. I didn't know Buster. I'm like, yo, if I get the Primo beat, can you get Buster? He's like, yeah, I get it. Just get us the beat. So I got the beat and I got Styles P, and then he got Buster. And it ended up being me, Styles, Fame, and Buster. So just be shit like that, man. It's like, that's an expensive song to make happen, but it's like, fuck the money, bro. That's legendary shit. That's bucket list shit, like you said. And then a lot of times it should just be falling on my lap. Like we worked with Mac Miller. We were the first ones to work with Mac Miller. The first famous feature he had was 1982. It was me and Static. We was at that time the biggest artist he worked with, and he was just getting down with Rostrum. So Wiz, but that was it. Like he wasn't on. So that was like really dope to work with him in the beginning and shit. We worked with Action Bronson in the beginning. It's a lot of people we work with when nobody knew who they were yet. And so those ones kind of like just came organically. But then the other ones, it was like maybe it took a lot of years saying like, I really want to work with Method Man. I'm cool with him. He respects me. Do shows together. But what's it gonna take to get this verse? Finally, last year I got the verse. I've done 100 shows with Method Man. He's been my man for 10 years. Finally, last year I got the verse. It just you gotta trust the universe, but you gotta stay on it too.
Yeah, exactly. And that's just building genuine relationships. I mean, like definitely like with Static's being like a well-respected producer in the industry and just in the New York scene DJing and shit like that. You're spoiled, man. You got Static at your disposal. Has Static ever just been like, yo, Term, I'm gonna charge you for this beat?
Listen, man. I'm gonna tell you right now. We on a Beat Club podcast, so let's keep it real. Right? That's my dog. I think Static's the best in the world right now. Right now, 2020, nobody works harder, nobody's better, he got his own shit on Smash. Nobody fucking with my man. I'm Team Static. But when I did my first album, he wasn't nice like that.
Yeah.
So it took him being like, yo, but what's up with the album? Nah, the album's produced by Pete Rock, DJ Premier, Alchemist, Havoc. You know what I mean? All producers that are like legendary platinum producers. You're not there yet, baby. So he got mad and shit. Like that shit bothered him to the point he kept showing me beats. I'm like, nope, trash. Drums, terrible. Sample, this one used it already. Nope, that's a classic. You don't know that? Like it took me like bothering the shit out of him for years, like making him tougher. So it's like we got a mutual respect with like the way we look at beats. You know what I mean? He still calls me like every day. Yo, check this one out. What you think? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he better never try to charge me for a beat. I'm his life coach.
Yeah, but and I definitely like I heard the progression in his. He has like a signature style, I think now too, like where you kind of just know it's his shit, like 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 you just know. Yeah, you just know it's Static when as soon as you hear it, you're just like, oh, that's Static. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, he makes 10 beats a night, bro.
Yeah.
He sits in his house and make 10 beats a night for 10 years straight, 20, 15, like non-stop. Like the dude is on a mission, bro. Like he's
Yeah.
next level. He's a genius too. He's a sound genius. So
Yeah.
he'll find every day. He's like finding new apps and new ways to sample and new ways to take the vocal out of the sample and only keep the drums and only from one record, only the left side. And then he buys a keyboard that changes all the notes and then flips it and puts it in Melodyne and all these crazy wild shit. Then he's putting cuts on it. Then he's having another dude replay it, then resampling it. Like he's a fucking mad scientist. You know what I mean? So just watching him, that shit motivates me to make beats because I'm like, even though I feel as if because that's not this is like something I do for fun, but not like my main job. Like I feel like I'll never be at his level because that's what he do. He's the man at that. But he definitely like shows me how to do it too. I'm like, okay, don't do that. Because Static would never do that and he would diss you for that. So make sure that, your drums don't ever sound like that because he's gonna diss you for that, which means everybody will diss you for that,
So how exactly did you get into starting to like really take making beats seriously, and what is your weapon of choice? Like what piece of equipment or machine are you using to make your beats?
The thing I use best is the machine.
Okay.
The MK2. So my man L5, he taught me on that shit. He had like a little class where he was teaching kids. And then he also was like, teaching at like a youth center. So when I found out he was doing that, I was like, yo, how about I just take classes with you every Monday? You know what I mean? I'll come to your spot in Lawrence. I'll just chill for a few hours and like we do one together where you do everything. And then we do one where I just tap out the pads myself, but you oversee it. Like you tell me like, nope, like he won't let me touch the machine. I got to make the beat myself. You know what I'm saying? But he'll be over my shoulder like, and I'm jammed up like shit, So it was like taking that class with him really helped me as using the machine. But my real talent is finding samples though.
Yeah.
Like I'm amazing at finding samples. Like that's why I do a lot of loops because I'm not really good at drums. But now that I got all these drum packs, it's a little easier because it's like you could put in like breakbeats and shit like that.
Yeah,
and
nice drum loop. Yeah.
On some Pro Tools, make them hit a little more. But I like collabing with people too, man. I know my strength. My strength is finding the samples. So if it was up to me, I would have at least like a dope engineer to help me put it together, or I would have like somebody to help me with drums.
So question, when a person wants to, let's say, send you a beat, what's the perfect, what's the ideal beat that they would send to you? Should they send something that sounds like everything else that you may have rapped on? Do you like stuff that is different? Like what approach should a producer use when it comes to sending Termanology some production?
I think I usually gear towards the soul, just naturally. If the beat don't got no soul, it could be a smash hit, it could be radio, it could be whatever you want it to be, but it might not be for me. So I usually my ear is kind of like trained to like the dirt, like the grimy shit, like grimy loops, like RZA type shit, like that. My rap mind goes to that. I'm like, yeah, write raps, So I do soul, boom bap. I try to stay in my lane, but I could rap to anything. But yeah, I try to give me soul shit. You know what I mean? Shit with some samples in it, some vibe. Something I could feel.
Do you have like an email or a way that producers can reach out to you, or is it something where they need more?
Yeah, you want me to give it to you off the air or just say it here?
Yeah, no, we can say. We can say it here. Producers are listening, so why not?
Yeah, 82term@gmail.
There you go, 82term@gmail.
Yeah, the one kid that had the beat from Boston, the one beat I liked a lot, send shit like that.
Oh, Big Mooch. I think that was Big Mooch. Yeah, Big Mooch. Okay.
Out of all the ones I heard tonight, like if I would rap on one and use it, that would have been the one.
So there you go, Big Mooch. Get on your job, bro. Send that shit. Let's see what's good.
Right, real quick before we get into the beats, I wanted to bring this up because I think this is important for all artists, producers, etc. I don't even know where I saw you mention this. I don't know if it was on Twitter or I just remember seeing you mention this, and you were talking about budget, like creating a budget for a project. And that's kind of like your approach of how you do it. Like you line it up. You say, hey, I'm going to throw this amount of bread into this project, and that's the important piece of the puzzle to get to where you need to be. Expound on that, please. Expound on that, because that's important.
That was a Sway in the Morning. I think that might have been a Sway in the Morning interview.
Yeah, okay.
It was a clip of that kind of went around the internet where I was like, get a budget, whatever you have, whatever it may be. you know, let's say your whole budget is $5,000 and you're like, I'm gonna spend 1,000 on, you know, internet marketing. I'm gonna spend 1,000 on making T-shirts and hats and merch to have people promoting me everywhere. I'm gonna spend, you know, 1,000 on beats. I'm gonna spend 1,000 on a feature from this rapper I like, and the other 1,000 on studio time and mixing and mastering. So boom, there's your 5,000. You know what I mean? You got your little budget, and now you know how to go about making it work. So I think having a plan for new artists and also understanding that you do have to invest in yourself is not like motherfucking P. Diddy's gonna come to your crib and just give you a bag of money and take it off your couch. Like, you gotta make the money yourself, whether you work a 9 to 5, you stashing it, you hustle, you got an investor, whatever the case may be. You know, make yourself a little budget, even if it's a small budget. Make small goals and just keep building, man, and just keep putting it back in. You know, when you get the money, just keep putting it back into yourself. Make smart investments. Don't just throw the money away, but yeah, make smart investments and then work your way up the ladder and shit like that until you can make some serious waves.
Word. Yeah, I think that's important, man, because I think a lot of people just throw shit out there. You know what I mean? Like just throw it out. You know, you go through DistroKid or whatever platform you're using to get your shit on all platforms, and you don't have any plan. You just throw the shit out there. I've done that. Plenty of people have done that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'll speak for myself. I've done that shit because more than anything, you just want to get the music.
Come on, Mark, you know better than that.
I do, but more than anything, sometimes you're just trying to get the monkey off your back. You're just like, I want to just get my shit out there. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll like be working backwards and shit. Like, all right, now let me start investing the money into doing what I'm doing. But nah, starting off with that, I think that's an important message for everybody, even producers, because producers are at the forefront right now, and we're trying to keep that wave going, like what we're doing with this podcast right here.
Hell yeah, definitely have a plan and, you know, execute.
That's dope shit, man. Yo, I'm feeling a little nice. Hopefully, you guys are feeling nice too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kicking in.
And I just want to say bless up, man. Term, this is the first time we actually got a chance to talk, so I appreciate you just even being on the show and everything.
Yeah, it's all love.
Appreciate you.
This is cool, man. It's healthy, and you know you're gonna help a lot of people, so that's a good look.
Dope.
That's what it's about, man. We're gonna get into some more beats. Hopefully, it marinates well with the tequila I have currently in my system.
Yes.
We've learned from being on this show, beats after we get a little drunk, we need to be more brutal. So we're gonna see what's good. Artificial AV, man, you are the DJ of what's going on right now. I'm gonna ask you right now, who doesn't have whack shit?
Don't put that on me. Don't put that on me.
Who doesn't have the whack shit?
Yeah, y'all look through the folders first before you play it, or you just play it?
No, we don't. We don't pre-screen nothing.
Right, that's how that Jay-Z one flipped through.
Exactly.
I got you.
You got to give everybody a shot, man. We got to give everybody a shot.
All right, hold on real quick, man.
They deserve it.
Two quotables I got, man. One from Term, that's not an option. And the second one, short views. Like, short view said, I'm gonna cut it a little bit.
Cut it a little. Yeah, I was gonna bring that up too.
I'm gonna cut it a little bit. Like, all right.
Shout out to Fuse, he's one of my teachers too, man. Fuse taught me a lot. Fuse been making beats since 9 years old, bro. Like,
yeah.
He was a legend in Lawtown. He was a legend when we were like 14. As far as knowing that he had heat, he was already doing shit on the low, like crazy, like Crumb Snatcher, RSO. Like he was doing shit when he was a little kid, bro. Like,
on that ASR 10. Yo, yeah, man. I want no bullshit, man. I want Short Fuse to like just be obnoxious and fucking just shit on niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like he's such a great, cool fucking dude, and he's so nasty. Yo, he makes that shit look easy. Short Fuse, if you're listening, start shitting on these niggas, man. Like, yo, start start shitting on them, dog.
Yo,
listen, man. Go ahead.
I think what Marin is saying is start shitting on niggas and hit up the B Club podcast so we can help you shit on niggas. Let's shit on.
Yeah.
I love it. Good call out, Marin. Because Shorty is fucking disgusting. By the
No,
way,
that's my brother, man. I love him, man.
Man, humble.
like what was it on when we interviewed him? We tossed him a sample in like 25 minutes. He made something stupid.
Yeah, he's like he's one of the best. He's one of the best at that. Like dog. Like it's just crazy. It makes no sense, bro.
Bro, I've been watching him do that since we were little kids. That's the funny thing. We're family. Like his cousin's my cousin, so we grew up together, all of us in the same cribs, living together, all that shit, going to school together, 3rd grade, Lawtown, 5th grade, all that, like little kid shit. You know what I mean? So he always been nasty like that since a little kid. It's ridiculous, bro.
Big up to my brother, man. Droga.
Wrong.
Let's meet in this folder to live up to that name right there. We just set a bar real quick. Artificial AV man. What's the word, man?
I don't know about this one. We got a newbie.
I don't like that.
I mean, we got a newbie, so I don't know what this is gonna sound like. But next up we got Ben Davis with FN35. I don't know what that means.
Nigga sound like he's a veteran NBA player, nigga. Ben Davis.
Let's go. Hey, listen to right now podcast. Keep it cut it. Let's get it. Let's go.
The Beat Club.
All right, fellas. So they sent a very short beat. So we just gonna ask you guys, what's the word on this? Artificial AV, Motivate Marin. What's the word?
I think it had potential, but I'm not even gonna pull out my safekeeper yet. I'm just gonna cut it. There was like it had potential. The main thing that I thought could have been tweaked better is the bass line. But
Yeah.
it was cool though. It definitely had cool vibe. I could definitely hear I could hear Term on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was some elements that needed to get tweaked, and I'm not gonna let it slide. So I'm gonna cut it.
Yeah, people are saying drums are weak. Ben Davis, power forward for the hard note. Artificial AV, man. What's the word on this, bro? You keeping it or you cutting it?
Nah, I gotta cut this, man, because like when it first started, the bass was way off, bro. And I can't let basses being off slide. I can't do it. That shit hurts my soul. So I gotta cut it.
I'm not the bass police, so I can't really comment on that. But this beat definitely internally, I'm from Mattapan, so I felt like I caught a couple bodies listening to this beat.
Yeah. Somebody got cut and shot to this shit. Yeah, definitely.
Out near Bank of America, like that happened, fam. But I'm gonna say I'm on the fence with this one, but I'm just gonna keep it. I haven't kept much today, but I'm gonna keep it. I feel like it was cool. There's a gritty vibe there that I fuck with. I wish there was a little bit more distortion, but overall, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna go to Term, man. Term, what's the word?
I agree with that. It sounds grimy, like it feels dirty, so it gives you a setting. Like you said, you from Mattapan. It's like it gives you that shit. It's like it did sound like it would be cool if it had the right rapper on it. If it had like Styles P or Prodigy on it, they can take that beat and make it sound crazier. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's a cool background. I like it. I mean, personally, I probably wouldn't pick it for me, so I'll cut it. But I do like it though. I did like the beat though. Like if somebody paid me for a feature and asked me to rap on that beat, I would be happy. I would be a pleasure to rap on that beat. You know what I'm saying? I just don't have time to do it. I got Static and all this other, these other beats that are just on another level. But I did like that beat though.
You got other options, B. So it sounds like it's gonna be a cut it from you.
I'm gonna cut it. I like the beat though.
I think that's all of us overall. That's a sentiment. We on Loops Island, man. Loops Island, man. Loops
Well, I
Island.
need an island, bro. Damn, bro.
I got a mean echo on it.
Yeah, fam. Now it's just me hitting the button. It's just tequila means I hit the button a couple more times. That's all, just so they can hear it. Who's next, man? I need fire in this folder. Is there any fire in this folder? Is any fire out there right now?
Possibly. I don't know if this person has submitted before, but Jem the Haitian, and this is
Oh,
called Soak.
Oh, Jem is my man. All right, let's see what you got, Jem. I'm gonna be honest with you, brother.
Bet.
All right,
Let's see what you got.
Where's Jem from? Where's Jem from? I mean, he's from Haiti, but where else is he from?
But you know, Jem didn't make the beat himself. He's a manager, so he must be submitting for somebody.
Ah, okay. Cheat code. Cheat code.
Jem, you gotta be clear, Jem. Whose beat is this? Let us know.
Oh, it's you? Is it Will Katsky? Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right, cool. So there's no bias. We gonna tell them exactly how it is and see what's good right now. So let me pull this up right now on the B Club podcast where producers are heard. Let's get it. Let's go.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
I'm just gonna talk to my brothers about it because what I got to say probably won't be the nicest thing. Artificial Wavy, man, what's the word?
I think the melody is a cool vibe, but the claps were kind of like irritating for me.
Yeah, I know Loops was loving the claps, man.
No, I don't fucking love the clap, bro. Nah, hold the clap. Fuck out of here.
Nah, maybe if you switched up the clap and maybe turned it down a little bit, it would probably fit in there a little bit more. But also I didn't really have too much of a bass line. It was there, but yeah.
The bass didn't have, there wasn't much ass on the beat. It wasn't much left.
Yeah. This wasn't a bad beat. It just needed more love to it. That's it.
No cheeks.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut it, man. I mean, it definitely was trying to go for like a world beat or Afro beat type vibe, and it just, the melody was not infectious enough to go for that vibe. Like when you go there, like it has to be, because it's strictly about a loop. When it comes to that, it's usually a 4-bar melody in that drum pattern, and when you make an Afro beat type vibe, like it has to be an infectious melody. And that was not it. You know what I'm saying? It was like some smooth, groovy shit. Like if you threw like some boom bap drums to that melody, like it probably would have went somewhere. It actually probably would have been a better beat. Yeah. But it just didn't match up for those drums, for that tempo, what you were going for. I'm thinking I'm at fucking Dance Hall Lounge or Strictly Reggae or some shit. And that was not it. So I gotta cut it.
It sounded like like you're winding upon something in the elevator.
The elevator dance hall and shit. Yeah.
Elevator wine upon a woman with no cheek. That's what it sounds like, bro. So I'm just it was cool. Nah, it's cool. It's tequila talking.
Nigga said I was whining on a flat ass.
But I'm going. Term, man. No bias. What's the word, bro?
You know, I think I'm not gonna judge it as a rap beat. I think, to me, I would like to hear R&B on it, and then I think that would also change how we look at the drums. Like, let's say you heard like Joe singing like a love song on that or something like that. I think it would be cool. It gives me like 2-step vibes. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be reggae. So I think it's cool. I think it could work as an R&B song. I wouldn't pick it myself though, so we'll cut it.
All right, man. So it seems like all of us are cutting it though, right?
Yeah.
Real answer.
You know, throw it out
We
there.
can make a good R&B record out of that though. I would say that.
Yeah. Good shit, man. Shout out to all the flat ass women out there in the world, man.
Hey man,
Yeah, little asses matter, dog. Yeah, little small asses
little
matter.
booties matter.
The little booties matter. Little booties matter. That's exact. You hit it on the nose. That's it.
Let's get one more, dog. Let's get one more. I need a rebound from that one.
All right. Next up, we got RC Productions, and this is called Waves, all the way from California.
LA, what up, man? LA, what up?
We're gonna take a listen right now to Beat Club Podcast. Keep it or cut it. Let's get it. Let's go.
The Beat Club.
All right, Beat Club. Let's talk about this one, man, and see what's going on. I think we're in the island vibe. We might be on Loop's Island right now.
Yeah.
And see what's good, man. I'm gonna go around the room and see exactly what's good with my peoples. Says a fat bass line would have made this heavier.
Yes.
Girl type beat. Yeah. So I mean, I'm gonna start with Term. Term, man. What's the word in this beat, bro?
Wasn't for me. It's not my thing, man.
Not your thing.
Yeah, like once again, not a bad beat. It just and talk to me. It didn't make me, feel anything, and I'm just all set with that one. I'll cut it.
My Geminis, man. You guys keeping this beat?
Yeah, I'm gonna cut it as well. I mean, the main thing I felt like is like he should have just stuck with one idea. I feel like it was one or the other. Like I didn't really care for the switch back and forth, from like the hard drums to the Afro beat style drum. You know what I'm saying? Like you should have just like kind of focused in on one idea, which would have been the Afro beat idea, and then really built and layered the melody and really taken that shit somewhere where it would have moved me. But yeah, I gotta cut it. It's close but no T. You know what I'm saying? Cut it.
Artificial AV, man. You saving this?
Nah, I actually agree with Marin, so I'm gonna cut this one. I like something about doing island style music. Like you gotta have that bounce on the shit. This didn't have that I don't know, that bounce that just make you want to wave with it.
Yeah,
so, I can't even explain what that is, man.
I don't know. I felt like the drums really didn't fit the melody to get that vibe that maybe they were going for. I felt like the drums were just a little different outside of the genre, but for the most part, I'm cutting as well. We're just gonna throw it out there, man.
So unanimous.
Cut it.
You gave him the horns with the cut it. We're gonna celebrate your cut it, fam.
Yeah.
Fingers and
Cut it.
making.
Cut it. OG Genesis, you gotta pay that in the back.
Okay, bro, we got that. We make that happen.
You got that?
Damn, man. Can we get one more before we talk to Term? I don't want to talk to Term off of a cut it. That's just
yeah. Term, you got a little more time, right?
Yeah, I got a little time.
All right, cool, man.
A lot more tequila. Oh wait,
I got all kind of shit.
What type of shit over there, man?
I got Henny, I got tequila, I got gin, I got motherfucking all kind of shit. These
He got the liquor
Yeah.
store, fam. He got the whole liquor
drink,
store.
OG drink pants over here, baby.
Yeah.
Let's get one more before we talk to Term, man. We need to start on a real high note, bro. But Avi, man, you in charge of this right now. Skip.
Where's the heat? Where's the heat?
Go
Oh,
through
you
all
want
the
me to?
whack
All
names.
right, you want me to pick? All right, cool.
Yeah,
I'll
go
do
through all
that.
the whack names right now in that folder.
I'm sticking to this folder though. Let me go with Trippy Pizza My Way.
All right, so if this beat is whack, it's not on Trippy, it's on you.
Nah, it's on Trippy, nigga. I ain't make this shit.
We got man, Trippy, man, always from Maryland, man. Thank you so much for sending this beat. So we're gonna play this right now in the Beat Club podcast. Keep it, cut it. Let's get it. Let's go.
The Beat Club. The Beat Club.
All right, y'all. We're gonna talk to my Beat Club family. See what's popping with this one. Motivate Marin, man. I know you got a personal record with Trippy Pizza, so I'm gonna ask you first. How do you feel about this beat, bro? Keep it a cut.
This is where I'll pull out my safekeeping, man. I'm gonna pull out the safety on this one. There was a lot of elements about this beat that I liked. There were some things that I didn't, but overall it was cool. I felt a certain vibe. Yeah, safe keep it, man. Safe keep it. Throw out the safety. Pull out the safety, man.
Artificial Wavy, man. What's the word, bro?
I just liked it, so I'm gonna keep it.
Cool.
No feedback.
Term, man. What's the word, bro?
I liked it. I think it was a really good beat. The intro's way too long. I would cut the intro down when trying to make a placement with that one. And in the end those I would not put those in, but the rest of the beat is fire. So I would give it a keeper, because if I was in the studio, I would just chop the intro down myself and not use the synth. But yeah, it's a good beat.
Yeah.
I completely agree with Term. I thought the lead or the synth, whatever that was going, back and forth, that definitely wasn't needed. And I actually felt some type of way about, I don't know if he did like a low pass or whatever at one point in time.
He did. Yeah.
I feel like that wasn't needed, and if it was to be used, probably use it later. Don't use it so early. Like, don't use all your bells and whistles right away. Let that shit build up. If there's like a 2-verse track, a 3-verse track, like introduce it a little bit later to give some more sauce throughout the track and add to your progression and what you can how you can kind of like shake up the track a little bit. But besides that, I thought it was pretty cool. So I'll keep it as well. But is that a keep it from everybody right now? The safety
pretty much. Yeah, it's getting kept.
Trippy's back.
The Trippy's back, man. You back in the mix, Trippy. Yeah.
Shit, man. Good shit. So wait, I just want to put this out there as well, because I found that a little late. But Term, man, you have a beat tape as well that you released. What was it, this year?
Yeah, it was on Valentine's Day. Well, we released the album on Valentine's Day, and then we did the instrumentals a couple weeks later.
What's that? The Vintage Horns joint?
No, this is one I produced. It's called Couples Therapy. I produced it for an R&B singer. Her name's Mia J.
Oh, okay. Nah, I wasn't hip to that one. Okay, so I'm
Yeah, we
learning
dropped
something
on
today.
Valentine's Day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we dropped on Valentine's Day, man. So little 6-song joints called Couples Therapy. She wrote it from a perspective of her life. I helped her with, a couple of the joints as far as like helping her like structure, writing hooks and shit. And I produced every joint, every beat.
One of the first joints I heard that you produced was from my homie Ashleen Pear Tree.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did too for her.
yeah. I forgot the name of the joint, but she used to
End
perform
of
it.
story.
She's yeah, end of story. Exactly. That one
Nah,
was that shit was super
nah,
fuck
nah. That was just a loop,
super
bro.
super. Yeah, just a straight loop, but goddamn,
Listen,
was it a loop? Yeah, that
thank
shit
you,
was
man. That was
hard.
the beginning. That was like the beginning of making beats when I didn't really know better. I was going on YouTube and I was just taking the quality of I was downloading the YouTube and then looping that. That was before like I got hip and started fucking with record dealers and realizing that it's just better to find like good high quality waves and like
Yeah.
doing it right. I was just taking loops from YouTube. Them shit sounded crazy, but hey, man, you say you liked it and she was performing with it, so it worked out.
Yeah, that shit was fire, bro.
Yeah,
That
man.
shit's fire.
That's a YouTube loop though, just to keep it a stack.
Yeah,
But the sample is hard. Nah,
yeah,
nah, 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 nah. That shit is hard.
yeah. Hell yeah.
So
Yeah, the instrumental is available though. You could get it on all streaming platforms. I put it out a couple therapy instrumentals, Tidal, Apple Music, Spotify, whatever you use. Or I got the CD for it too. You can hit on my Bandcamp, get an autographed CD of the instrumental project. So that's my first one. I plan on dropping like probably one or two more by the end of the year as well.
Dope.
yeah, no, we posted the link in our comments for people to check out.
Right.
Question: when it comes to just the beat game alone, like what do you I don't want to say hoping, but what are you thinking will come from it? Do you think like, okay, well, this is for people just to listen to because I want them to rap over my beats? You want them to contact you?
Yeah.
Like, what's the idea of this? 'Cause I know you're kind of like a visionary as well when it comes to your approaches. So, what's the thought process
Yeah.
behind the beat tape?
Man, I mean, what the beat tapes is like that shit that's pretty calculated because it's like I'm doing projects with rappers and singers. So, I learned from Alchemist is watching Alchemist every time he does a project with a rapper, he lets the album come out and then he drops it on vinyl on his own with different art right after and on streaming platforms. So I'm like, all right, cool, then that's the wave. Like every time I produce a project for the artist, I'll have that available as well for other people to hear and sing, rap on, whatever. Plus, like my vinyls do pretty well, and I'm down with that circle of like selling the hard copy and the autographed copies and shit. So I plan on doing like CDs and vinyls for all of the instrumental releases for those Then as far as like getting beats placed, I stay on that grind too. It's not easy. It's very hard to get beats placed. You know what I mean? You could be the best producer in the world, bro, and never get a placement ever in your life. It's
Mm-hmm.
especially now where everybody giving out free beats and you got other platforms like BeatStars where you could get free beats or beats for $10, $20, $30 is like you
Shit,
there's a
shit,
there's
shit.
a
Niggas
whole
just go on YouTube and rip them shits, like even if
yeah,
they ain't
that's
free.
true. I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
I see Instagram ads, 30 beats right now for $20, like crazy shit.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was gonna be static and we laugh about it because we just laugh about it, but it's like it's fucked up because in a way we feel like it's fucking up the game, but then in a way it's like we don't want to knock nobody's hustle because what if
Yep.
it takes that for them to make that one placement? We all heard the story of the little Nas X kid. He grabbed the beat from BeatStars for like $30 and
Dog.
and went diamond off that shit and billions of streams. So I don't really want to tell nobody how to go about their business. But me personally, when I make beats and I try to place them, I usually reach out to like either people at labels or artists that I know directly, and I just I don't flood them. I don't overdo it. I don't want to like turn them off from my shit. I want them to take my email seriously, so I send them like few and far between. But I make sure when I send them, I follow up with another email or a text, or I try to go where they at. If they're like a big artist, I try to go where they at. Like, hey, you get them beats I sent you, or you didn't? All right, cool. I'm gonna send them again tonight. It's all about following up on leads when you're trying to get placements.
Yeah, man. I've been fucking with the 4 agreements lately, man.
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
I
like
heard.
yeah,
Check
yeah.
that out.
Yeah, the four agreement. Yo, I don't. And I've been this way, but I don't take nothing personal. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I really been intentional about that. I don't take nothing personal.
You
Just
can't.
be a man of my word. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just doing the best that I can. And that's the key, man. Like in this game, period, is not taking shit personal. Not and if you do take it personal, just use that shit as fuel to produce. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To produce the work. But otherwise, like Loops always says, man, don't get in your feelings, man. Get in your bag.
Yeah, that's real shit, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's
facts,
just.
man.
I got a question for you, and I learned this from Brother Marin, but you and Marin, you guys don't have a track. Never talked about a track. I mean, you guys are both legends in your own like respective lanes, but you guys have never talked at all. I'm putting both of you guys on blast. You guys have never talked about.
Nah, term don't know me as an MC like that, man.
Yeah, I was
Term
gonna say, man. We
term
we
don't
go
know me as
party
an MC.
together. We be on a party vibe together. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I
shit.
never
Oh,
been
you
in a studio with him or like working on the track, nothing like that. It'd be like, yo, you want to pull up to this event? Yo, this is what we doing. All right, boom. You know what I mean? That's kind of been more of our relationship.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know me as a artist in that capacity because I put on a lot of shows and put on a lot of events. So
Yeah.
term don't know me. And then like in the era when Term was coming up, I was a different name and different person. Like I went by the name Crispus Addicts. You know what I'm saying? I used to run with Clinton Sparks and shit like that. Like
Okay.
during the like 2000 era. Like that's who I was running with.
Say it ain't so. You a rapper this whole time and I didn't know?
Yeah,
you didn't know that shit?
yeah.
You're
back,
bugging.
listen. Back then, my name was Crispus Addicts. Like 2001 era, like people knew me as Crispus Addicts, and I was running around crazy with Clinton. And but now, yeah, I put out music. You know what I'm saying? But not the output that I would like to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but yeah, so
I didn't know that he
would be as an artist.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because you know what? I might have seen it in passing, knew that you dabbled in music, but I ain't gonna say like I ever seen you like as an MC doing videos and singles and rapping and shit like that. I didn't see the pursuit. I might have seen your name on a flyer of a song or something.
Yeah.
And then in the back of my mind was like, oh, okay, he does music too, but there's no visual. I can't think of a time that I've seen you like in a cipher or anything like that. You know what I mean? That
exactly.
That's because Marin's low key, man. He's nonchalant about the shit.
And like a facilitator, like the type of person that links people together and gets money and shit like that. That's how I always looked at you.
Yeah, and that's important to me too, though. Like, and at some point that became like more important to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because I mean, especially in Boston, you know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like I had to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like I had to do it. So. Thank you for supporting me, man. We've done some dope shows together and shit like that too. Yo,
one of my favorite shows we did together. I didn't even get to rap. The shit was packed.
Yeah,
whole squad. I brought that gang with me. I brought the whole. I'm talking about like we came like 20 cars deep. Everybody was down. My whole family was there.
Yeah,
it was packed, and the shit got shut down.
Yeah,
right
got shut down. Yeah,
hard. I ain't gonna rap. You don't understand. Ready to go. You talking about shit shut down? I'm like, what? I couldn't believe that.
Legendary shit, and I'm gonna tell the 100% story too, cause that shit got shut down, and I was so fucking pissed. And Term came through. He was like, "Yo, man, I showed up. I did my job." and I happily took care of him. But the next day I had to apologize to him because I'm like, dog, like
you didn't even perform. I said, yo, but
it didn't have nothing to do with that because I'm always a man of my word. One of the four agreements, but. Like it was just the frustration of what happened that night, man. I was like, yo, what the fuck? But Term's a businessman, and hey man, I'm still use that show money for something, a feature or something, man.
I don't have to get it.
We gonna make that
Hey,
shit
man,
work.
it's all good. You know, I mean, that shit happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah, it happens
That shit
sometimes,
happens. But
man.
yo, I was so hyped that night. You know what I mean? We were so excited, and we had a special set ready. You know what I'm saying? I was sitting in the
Dog.
corner with Smoke Boja. We were bugging out. Yo, boom, I'm gonna do this. Yo, I'm gonna do that. All right, cool. Yo, bet. And then shit just didn't work out. Everybody had to go home.
Hey man, hey man, they be trying to buck up hip hop sometimes in the city of Boston, but you know what? Like that's why I'm here, man. That's why it's important for me to put on shows and provide platforms and what we do with the stew as well, man. Putting on for producers, like that's
Yeah.
why that's really important to me, man. Because if I want us to tell our own story, man, no bullshit. Shout out to anybody. I'm not racist. I'm not like, but like I want us to tell our own stories too, like not
Yeah.
just random people outside of our culture coming in and creating platforms and we begging them to get on their platforms. I want us to do it. And that's real
Indeed.
important to me. Yeah, that's real important to me. So thank you for supporting me, brother. You always show me a lot of love. So I
Yes,
appreciate
yeah,
you.
man. We family.
Yeah, yeah.
And I know you, like I said, I know you release like 10 albums a year and shit, right? So I'm gonna ask you, what's next this year that fans can look out for, or that we should
Yeah.
look out for, come to 2020?
Man, it's a few projects that are done. We just waiting on release dates. UFO Feeve. I don't know if y'all hip on UFO Feeve.
Hell yeah, that nigga's a problem.
Yeah, so he's super nice. So Feeve and I did an EP. I produced it. So that's done and that's waiting to come out. We were looking at June, but I think it might be July. So probably UFO Feeve produced by Termanology Project. That should be dropping in July.
Mm-hmm.
And I did like a Term Makes Beats like compilation with all my beats, like the 2 placements on Chic Lucha album, the Silverback Gorilla 2. Then I had the placement on the Woo Block with Erica. Then I had the Styles P album. I did a joint on there called Filthy. The one with Benny the Butcher for my shit. So I kind of grabbed like 10 of my joints that I thought people might not even have ever heard. I want to re-release them as an instrumental and as a playlist. Term Makes Beats like playlist / instrumental project. So that's coming too. 50 Bodies Part 6 is done. We're just waiting to master it. If you know
Is
anything
Tony
about,
is Tony Touch involved with that still?
we might get Tony to host it. We haven't picked the host yet. It's always Deadeye and Static. Like Static does the first 25 joints, and then Deadeye takes over and does the other 25.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So if you know about the 50 Bodies, it's usually like the best 50 verses I did around that time period.
Yeah.
So we picked the biggest ones, the fan reaction ones, like, I would say like number 8, Static's number 8 with Westside Gun and Conway. That was a verse that that was a real standout verse for me. So we'll probably set off the tape with that and then just go into different shit, the shit with G-Rap, the shit with Method Man, all the verses that I put my all into and connected with the fans. We try to like connect them and mix them together on some old school mixtape shit where it's like, goes into the next verse type shit.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think those will probably be the next 3 things you hear from me: the mixtape, the album that I'm producing for UFO, and then the Term Mix Beats playlist.
We actually got a question that came in that says, Term, how do you do biz on an EP project?
An EP?
Yeah.
Well, I only done 2 EPs. With Mia J, she bought all the beats off of me, and then I suggested to her, because she's from Harlem, I suggested to her that she make her way down to Boston and come to Lowell, where I work out of Wonka Sound Studios. So I suggested that we do the album together in this spot that I work out of, Wonka Sound. So first she bought the song, she bought the beats off me, she wrote the records, and then she brought them to me. And then when we got in the lab together, I helped her. We was like, all right, we're gonna do it in 3 sessions, like a songwriting session, laying all the vocals, and then mixing and mastering session. So that's kind of how we went about it. But you gotta have a budget for that.
Yeah.
And then the other way you could go about it is, if you want, you just like submit the music to me, like, so I could see if it's an option, if I want to do that, if I want to attach my name to producing a whole album for somebody, and if I'm cool with it and I'm cool with the business, then if you're far away, let's say you're in Japan or something, I could just email you the beats and you can knock out the joints for my approval and send them back.
So does it look like it's like producing, being that you have been doing it, but does it look like that's something that's going to happen a lot more in your future, and something that you're going to kind of like lay the foundation for to be also known as a legit producer in this game if you decide to back away from just your lyricism?
I think I'll never stop rapping, but I think the beats are gonna shine soon. I think we're kind of like steadily working our way into where where I can be more comfortable.
Yep.
With the production, but I mean, yo, it's really about making the placements. It don't matter if you got 1,000 beats or 100 beats. You know what I mean? 10 placements is 10 placements. It really don't matter. You know what I'm saying?
And it's about making some classic shit too. It's about making timeless shit.
So yeah, wait. I think it's just about like trying to make as many placements, solid placements as you can make. But yeah, I want to make more though moving forward. Yeah.
So Term, man, I mean, being that the industry has kind of evolved into like just different sounds and just different ways we go about creating music, why haven't you decided, you know what, let me switch up, let me try this shit they're trying over here, let me try this shit that they're trying over here because it's popular right now? What was the conscious decision you made to say, you know what, I'm gonna stay in my lane and I'm just gonna kill it this way?
You didn't do a reggaeton record like during when Nori did his shit?
Man, listen, that was when I was going to the majors too. Every label was like, "Yo, but why don't you do a reggaeton? You're Puerto Rican, why don't you do a reggaeton?" Like, nah, man. Listen to the album. Premier, Pete Rock, it's Mobb Deep, it's M.O.P. This is what this is. You know what I'm saying? This is from the vein of Gang Starr and Mobb Deep and Wu-Tang. Like, this is what this is. You know what I'm saying? It gotta be this or I'm not interested. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to go learn a bunch of Spanish hooks and fucking let people write my shit and write all my melodies to do some shit that ain't me. Like, I'm from Lawrence, we're all Spanish and we grew up on some Spanish shit, but it's like, nah, son. You know what I mean? You gotta wear that shit. You gotta go outside and be in your own skin.
Your family's from Puerto Rico, right?
Yeah. My father was born in Puerto Rico and moved to Lawrence when he was 2.
So what can you cook, man? What can you cook? What Puerto Rican dish you can't cook for shit?
Listen, bro, I'm the least cookingest person in the planet.
Damn, you can't even get the discos and make a little pastelito or some shit.
Nah, man. Listen, in Lawrence, you could get a $5 plate that's like this big. That shit will feed you twice. I got $5, man.
I always make sure I have $5.
You gotta work smarter, not harder, man.
I might be right there with you, bro.
Take 2 hours or take 2 hours making 2 beats.
Hey man, we want to get into to your beats, man. We want before we get out of here, we want to get into some of your beats, have you play some joints. But before we do that, man, just for Boston, for Massachusetts, tell us a Guru story, man. Guru is our legend, man. A legend that we hold in a very high regard. And Gang Starr, I feel like, is the foundation for what boom bap is and for what underground hip hop is. I mean, like, when that's the foundation, that's exactly what it is, and that's one thing that we have as our claim to fame in Boston. I feel like it started here. The foundation is here. So tell me a good Guru story before you start playing some beats and we get out of here, man.
Yeah, before I even get into that, I mean, Guru being originally from Boston and being like him and Suge created Gang Starr, Boston doesn't get enough credit for creating the sound of Gang Starr because Premier did the beats and he's from Texas and they blew up in New York. So a lot of times New York gets the credit, for the success of Gang Starr, but Gang Starr started in Boston. You know what I mean? And just that right there, I feel like Boston deserves more credit. You know what I'm saying? For also being some of the creators of that authentic sound that's still copied to this day. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But yeah, rest in peace, Guru. That was a friend of mine. I was a young man. When I was running around with Crumb, I was mad young. You know what I'm saying? But Guru always took a liking to me. One memory that sticks out to me was I think I was 20 and I had taken a bus to New York to meet up with Crumb to go to the Gang Starr video. So I was in Same Team No Games video in the Owners, from the Owners album.
Yeah.
Gang Starr. I was
Yeah.
video. That was my first time being on BET. I remember like I was in the video just kind of like chilling and everybody was wilding like, yo, you on TV. Like it was crazy. But yeah, man, that day I did a cypher with me and a bunch of like unknown rappers in the Bronx, and it was Premier, I believe it was Lord Finesse, Guru, Crumb, all of us were all standing outside, and I had to spit like 100 bars, and that was kind of like my introduction to like going to New York and rapping out there for real. And I'm like, man, that shit made me better because, you know, in my hood, it was only a few nice cats. It was only Crumb, it was Rex, it was Easy Money, who was Ed Rock at the time. It was only a few of us in the 978 that was ill like that. So my competition wasn't that crazy. And then when I got to New York, I'm like, yo, hold up. There's like 200 Easy Monies right here. There's 100 Texas and Crumb. Like this mass styles, and these dudes are aggressive and they got bars. So like you had to really step your bars up when you started going to New York. But anyway, yeah, man, Guru, man, he was the homie. I actually did a song with him in the lab, and that studio got shut down, so nobody has the record, bro. It shit makes me sad.
Just crazy.
I did a song in the studio with Guru, and there's no copy of it nowhere.
That's crazy. What studio was that?
It was whatever, the Diggable Planets. Remember that group?
Yeah.
So the girl, whoever her husband was, on the studio.
Okay.
And we was in there working on Crumb's album. He had signed his deal with Prinya, and Guru was in there doing the vocals. So they put me on an 8-bar verse at the end. There was me and this other rapper named Itchy. So it was Guru, Crumb, and then me and Itchy.
Oh, so you split a 16-bar verse. You did 8 and he did 8.
We were little homies, you know what I'm saying? We were 20, like I was 20.
Okay.
So we were like the little homies, but we were just happy to be on the song with Guru. You know what I mean? That shit was crazy.
That's
and
dope.
then when it came out, I wasn't on it. So the version that exists of me, you know how that is.
Yeah, that's how it goes, man.
Take it personal, right? You know what
I'm saying?
Exactly.
Exactly.
So yeah, there's a version that exists though that we did that day. That was a dope day in my life. Like recording the song with Guru in the lab was crazy.
That's legendary.
Why you weren't on it?
Big shout out to Crumb Snatcher.
I know why I wasn't on it, but it's all good, man. We was involved in a lot of street shit when we were younger that blocked our blessings. You know what I mean? That's why I stopped. I stopped doing any dumb shit. I only do rap music now. Like, don't even involve me in no dumb shit. Like, I'm just trying to rap, you know.
Mm-hmm. Big up to Crumb Snatcher, man. Crumb Snatcher's a legend, man.
That's a big fact, bro.
Crumb is a fucking legend. I definitely got to be in the presence of Crumb during that like late 90s, early 2000s era. He was fucking with Clinton, you know what I'm saying? Like Clinton
had an energy, man. From that energy about him, like, you know, there was several times he could have been a star and he kept getting locked up, and it just kept jamming. But he did a lot for the state.
But now it's like completely 180. Now he's like completely zen and like a cool. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, man, oh my God, it wasn't one night we didn't fight.
Yeah,
like other people, like we would go out 20 deep, and every night somebody was fighting. It was all of us fighting. I was fighting. We was all fighting, bro. It was just that was just the energy back then. You know what I mean? The late 90s, early 2000s club scene. It was like you almost knew you was gonna fight. It was like, all right, get ready, because after the club, you know what I mean? It was what it was, man. I'm happy it's not like that no more though, because ain't no money in that shit, you know.
Yeah, exactly. You can't go back to venues and all that fucking. I mean, because the spotlight is on hip hop, right? Like the rock boys, punk rock boys, they could fight and come back the same night or the next week. But hip hop, they'd be like, no, you shut down for. I mean, that's all the shit that I dealt with. That's the shit that we were talking about earlier. That's the shit that I
all venues, all that.
Yeah.
I'm a peaceful dude. I'm a peaceful guy. I don't even like violence and shit like that. But it just was like that sometimes.
Yeah, it's part of where we come from, man. Like shit, we know how to defend ourselves. We ain't trying to fight, but we know how to defend ourselves.
Yeah, they just
everybody ain't gonna get along, bro. So whatever.
Yeah. So we're gonna get into some term beats though. What's up,
man?
I want to
hear straight off the computer, right?
Yeah, I want to hear some fucking fire. Whatever fire you got.
Let me start off with something that came out already, just to keep the vibe going. Just to keep it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's go to this Ghostface and Erykah Badu shit I did. We'll start with that real quick. Then we'll move on. You want to hear beats or you want to hear beats with rhymes on them?
Either or, however you feel, man.
Dude, whatever you feeling right now, I feel like fucking Bounty Killer right now. On
Let's go. I thought it was lit last night, boy. What? That was lit last night. I got a bunch of shit in here, man. But yeah, let's start off with that. Just to, you know what I mean? Let's do this driving around, Ghostface Killer. I ain't gonna play the whole shit, but I'll play Ghostface Chic and the Erica part.
Hey, yo, Ghost, right? You know, we've been all over the world, man. Everybody always asks us, like, yo, how's it going down on your side of town and all that, you know what I mean? Nah, you know what I'm saying? They think it's all glitz and glamour. You know what I mean? They don't really understand what we see out our window, you know what I mean? So yeah, out the window of that range or that muscle car, arm hanging out the window, diamonds in that big Chapar, weed in the crack cigar, more sour in the jar, looking both ways, I'm cautious when I'm hood rats that's fresh but barely feed their kids, little kids that's killers and love doing bids, unemployment lines, Mexicans that work for nothing, you pray with them but you don't know who that priest been touching, liquor stores, strip clubs, filthy whores, somebody daughter getting 10 singles to drop her drawers, crack fiends buy new TV for 20 beans, niggas trying to get money, police, blue flags, red flags, different gangs, OGs still outside, it never changed, McDonald's, Chinese food, 1,000 change, I'm just trying to use my brain. I see the world through a needle when the door shuts. My eyes water up every time I see the poor. A man's in the deep sleep right in front of the store. Dope fiends nodding, kids cussing. Shorty 16 with a seat and she still fucking. Liquor store opens right next to a church. And my man across the street still knocking off mad work. Look up at the trees, no bees. Butterflies, lightning bugs is extinct. Yo, what happened to the peas? Make a left from a straight door with a broken tail stops in front of our bus with no left on. This is messed up. God, what we gonna do? This is man's fault. We can't put the blame on you. We need help. The only one can help us change is you. And if we can't help ourselves, then I guess we're through.
Step in the car and go round down by your lady, and I be waiting at the door. We about to go.
Yeah.
The Beat Club.
Erica fucking blessed that shit.
She did.
That vibe, man. I'm gonna play. This one's unreleased right here. This is MOP in the Locks.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, shit. MOP in the Locks, just casually unreleased. Okay.
I've been on a block with a nigga.
Yeah. Pull up.
I've been on a block with a nigga. Facts. Fizzy walk it up, LX. That's how we been getting this money for years, nigga. Styles kiss, clip up, nigga. I'm on the block with it. 9 mil Glock with it. Pool ball and sock with it. Boo you style, my crew too wild. Trying to stay legal, but the pay ain't shit. I walked in Staples and told my manager that I quit. Mom's kinda pissed off, call me a jerk, but she don't know I made thousands off of bagging her work. This before the rap career. Sean, Josh, and Jameer and Noah. Before a bitch ain't gon' brag that I know her. I want to make records. The deal ain't there, so we took our little money and we're half on the square. Police popping off like they firecrackers. I can't wait to get famous in firecrackers. And I ain't racist, just too many black faces in the dirt. I'll fucking get put on a shirt. I don't punch the clock with it. I just pull down my fitted and get it how I get it. Fame, I'm on the block with it. Trying to move a little coke, cause being broke is just not my style. I'm on the block with it. Lord, give me a little hope. I'm out here trying to feel my child. I'm on the block with it. 20 bundles of dope and a 9 mil. Used to play the corner, had stock in it. I had stock. I seen the Jack boys ride. If I see the brake lights on the whip, I'ma pop in it.
All right. So good, y'all.
That's just crazy. God damn.
Let me play this Paul Wall shit.
Oh, you got Paul Wall?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Your term. You gotta send that shit that you just was playing to me, fam. I gotta be able to spin that shit, dog.
Yeah, keep it low though, cause it's not out yet.
All right.
You gotta keep that low. Hold on. Let's play this Paul Wall shit. Hold up. Shout out to Paul Wall, man. I like this. This is one of the newest beats I made. I just made this one.
Let's go.
Termanology.
What it do? Oh, I'ma tell you what it do. That's for shit show. I'ma let you know what it do. You know what I'm saying? Wow. It's time. Beat the technique. Don't speak unless you're spoken to. Bass knocking so loud, I'm sorry to awoken you. Have them looking so confused. Photo coop, poking through. Make some money, flip it, then repeat. That's what I'm hoping to. Do what I'm supposed to do. That's mind my business. Cause everybody out here acting so fictitious. Bear witness as I evolve with the quickness. If you ever try to run on me, I'll end you like a sentence. Period. Game on point, like a pyramid. Here amid the lions, got my eye on none nefarious. Talking to my inner self like speaking to a therapist. They didn't sell Sprite, so I muddied a Sierra Mist. Scared bitches, my mentions. To understand the game, it takes a lot of comprehension. Pay attention, or you gon' need a pay extension. Kill the tension, focus on your financial redemption.
I mean, like,
Dude said you ever try to run. You said you ever try to run on me, I end you like a sentence. Yo, Paul Wall be spitting on the low. He be spitting on the low.
Fire.
They ain't had right. They ain't had right, so I muddied the Sierra Mist. Scary
Yes.
bitch.
Yes.
Alright.
I clap it up.
Alright, this UFO feed right here. This off me and feed shit right here.
We got
I'm really proud of this beat because this one I made on the machine myself. You know, anybody that knows me knows that my sample, like really my talent is finding samples, is not tapping the shit out. So I tapped this one out myself right here. So this shit, I'm proud of this one right here.
Termanology.
Right. It's in my blood, you know what I'm saying? You can just tell. It's that hustler spirit. Original man. Jewelry. Jaws of pain, heart of cane. Smack froze my younger homie vein. You blue collar, you wouldn't understand. More than money while we in this game. Let me explain, it's the thrill of risking everything. Bought a brick with heavy bling. Dedicated like a wedding ring. Decorated methamphetamine, ketamine. Cocaine the plan like it's Medellin. Never seen self-renewing blocks like the evergreen. Shorty did a line play, only 17. Standing with the homies, worth a meal, trying to sling. The projects got surveillance, identified assailants. $100,000 cars appearing. Yellow Air Maxes untied, strings tearing. Taught to get money round here, fuck what you hearing. We gave away samples and we never had clearance. The feds is a drug dealer ceiling. It's real talk. Tell me, have you ever seen a drug dealer? Nothing realer. Tell me, have you ever seen a drug dealer? Nothing realer. Tell me, have you ever seen a drug dealer? Nothing realer. Tell me, have you ever seen a drug dealer? Nothing realer. How can you teach? When most of our education, we obtained it in the streets.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
Family.
Let's give it up for Term. Give it up for Term one more time, man. Give it up for Term, y'all.
Thank you, man. You see the vibes though, right? Like that's my style right there. You know what I mean? That's kind of like that's like the vein I want to stay in. I played you the ones that I made myself because I wanted you to see my actual style. You know, I collab a lot with other people, and those beats tend to sound more like the other producer because they put their spin on it.
Yeah.
But you know, those ones I did right there myself. So I wanted y'all to see the vibe, like what type of shit I'm on, you know?
Nah, that shit was dope. Especially the last one. That shit was dope. Who's the vocalist on that last one too? Who's singing?
His name is Jose Santiago. He's from New York.
Fire.
That was dope. Thank you for sharing those vibes, man. Thank you for sharing those vibes.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate y'all having me for real. Shit was dope.
Is there anything that you wish to share with the people before we close out the show, man? Is there anything that you want to put out there as far as your social network and how they can reach you? Let's talk that talk.
Yeah, man. At Termanology ST on everything. I'm on Bandcamp, Termanology, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that Termanology or Termanology ST. Look out for my new artist. His name's Jam, at Jam Mizzle. You know what I mean? So he got a lot of fire beats too. And you know, I gave my email out earlier. You got some heat? Send that shit through, man. Thanks for having me. Good dad gang.
Bang bang.
Yeah.
Yo, Term, I also I sent you a comment. I'm not sure if you can actually check it out, but I sent you a comment. I want to see if you can with us for a second.
Okay. Sure.
So yeah, did you get it?
Yeah. You want me to do it now?
Yeah, you can do it right now. We want to take cake.
Yeah, you already.
On you. Action.
All right. What up, y'all? It's your boy Termanology here. Right now, you tuned in to the Beat Club podcast where producers are heard. Submit that heat, baby.
Bang. There we go. One take cake, as Marin would say, man. Yo.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for just being on the show. Another thing that we do while we're here, because normally when we do the podcast, we would take a photo together. But being because of the pandemic and everything in place, we can't really do that at the moment. So what we have been doing is we've been just kind of taking our time to take like a photo right here, right now.
A screenshot.
We're gonna do like 3 or 5 seconds of your pose that you got down over the last couple of years, whatever that is. We're gonna do it right now on 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. Y'all ill. Your model on the low, man. Yo, shout out to Termanology and everything that you're doing, brother. I want to thank you so much for just taking the time out to just rock with us, and also share your music, and then also critique beats, because I know it means something to the producers that submitted something today as well. Just to hear feedback, not only from us, but also from you, who also has an ear, and just the community alone. So thank you for taking the time to be a part of that and contributing to someone else's dream. So I just want to applaud that, but I also want to pass this on to my brothers, Artificial AV, Motivate Merriman, anything that you guys want to do before we close out the show.
Nah, this shit was dope. Thank you, Term, for lending us your time, man. Like real shit. You've been rocking with us for a long time. Yeah, dope show. I'm fucking hungry. I'm about to go body some curry chicken right now. Real shit.
Lawrence, you know what it is? I'm on that same wave, yo. My mom made some tortillas last night, so I got some fresh fucking corn tortillas. So I'm about to make my little sides and shit to go with it, man. Yeah, man. So yeah, man. Thank you, man. Like I always say, man, love is the answer and the cure. Check on your loved ones. Let them know that you love them. Thank you, Termanology, man. I appreciate you, brother, man. Thank you for sharing your art today, man. Because the main reason, like, we've been trying to get you on the show. You're a legendary artist. You're a legendary MC, but you're a dope ass fucking producer, and you have that air, man. So like, I wanted to highlight that today, man. That was like one of the things I really wanted to highlight today. So I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for sharing your art today and putting yourself out there, man. And keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep inspiring us, man. Like as an artist myself, man, you inspire me. Like I look at you, like you're on that Tupac. You're on that Tupac fucking that Tupac regimen. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just like, dog, like just drop material. Like, what the fuck are you waiting for? And shout out to the whole ST, the squad, the whole ST, man. Like all of those dudes are my brothers, man. Shout out to DJ Deadeye. You know what I'm saying? The Last Batch project is out there. Shout out to Easy Money. When I Feel Like is out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, to even the brothers I don't know. I don't know Superstar Snook like that, but salute to that brother. He's super nice. Artisan. Everybody that's a part of the clique, man. Salute to ST, the squad, and what y'all do out there in Lawtown. And yeah, man, I appreciate you, man. This was super dope. This is a classic Beat Club podcast episode, man. And thank you for helping us make history today, man.
Dope, man. Appreciate y'all.
I also want to put out there, man. He got the project, man. 1982 with Static Selector and Termanology. The Quarantine. I got a chance to listen to it. It's absolutely fucking phenomenal. So be sure to stream that everywhere. On top of that, if you guys want to know what Termanology's beat game is like, pause, but what his beat game is like, you know what I mean? You can go ahead and check that out right now. It's everywhere. I actually got a chance to listen to it on Bandcamp. We posted the link in the comments as well on YouTube and Facebook, so you guys can go and check that out. Please support this man, because honestly, he's doing what we all need to do, especially if you're artists in this building or watching us live. You really got to pay attention to the people that kind of lay out the blueprint, lay out the hard work, and say, you know what? I got to kind of follow those footsteps, or at least learn something from this brother, because he actually took the leap to make something happen for himself from the same place that I'm from. So salute to Termanology for making that shit happen. Term, is there anything else that you want to drop to the people before we close out the show?
That's it, man. Thanks for having me. At Termanology, follow me. Let's go.
Bong. And because I can say it on the radio, I'm going to say it right now.
Shit.
It would help if I can click the incorrect broadcast plan.